Hi, I'm Chantelle with 141 Design Company, and welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, it's day one. Okay, it's day 3 at the gathering, and we have been stitching for hours and hours and hours. I have been so excited to get back and share with you about my trip I took last weekend to Primitive Gatherings. It's in Wisconsin. It's owned by Lisa Bonjean. Now, she's known for the quilting and wool applique. She has fabric lines with Moda. She's an author. I mean, all the things, right? And she's got this fabulous venue right there with her shop in one building and this retreat house in another. So one building is Primitive Gatherings, and that's the store. It's where their offices are, headquarters, all of the things. There's a big, huge space there with anything she could need is in that building, right? They even are Bernina dealers, so they have sewing machines as well, and the fabrics and wool kits, and a fantastic staff. It's just a great place. Then next door is a retreat house that she built, or venue, I guess, and it has space for lodging. It also has a full commercial kitchen in there so you can grab meals. And then this gigantic space for making. It's, you can go there for quilt classes. I think they do basket weaving, just all kinds of things. And plus the inspiration that's everywhere. There's quilts hanging all over. It's just fabulous. So I went there from Wednesday to Sunday because I got to stay there too. So my room, which I've got here for you to see, it was totally adorable. It had 4 beds. So the rooms there are great. They are set up for, people to share a room. Some have 4, some had 2. I did see one with just 1 bed. So that is offered, I guess, a single room. And each room has its own bathroom. So you don't have to go share a bathroom somewhere else. You've got your own bathroom right there. And then a couple of sinks and great counter space so that you can all get ready, even if you have 4 of you in there. And luggage storage. There was place for all your goodies and all the stuff that you bring, right? There's plenty of room. So this bag was waiting for me on my bed, and you know me and my bags. I'm obsessed. It's awesome. So it's a really awesome tote. And I love this style tote. It really holds so many things, and it's got handles on the side. I mean, this is fantastic. This is going to really come in handy with project bags and things like that. So in the tote, I got some extra goodies as well. There was a pattern from Primitive Gatherings, one of the wool applique patterns. There was also a thread picker, which these are super fun. Little scrubby that'll take your threads off if you've got to do some frogging. This little bag from all my some of my quilty things. And then a bobbin. This is a bobbin boat for, sewing machine bobbins, but I'm thinking maybe the Vicki Clayton silks might work on this. So that could be cool. And I got some thread. And this is something I picked up there because I loved it. I want to put it on my lap stand that I use. So a little stitch sticker from the shop. So that was on my bed, and each one of the beds, as you can see, they got quilts on each one of them. And you can even buy the quilts if you want, but they're all vintage quilts. So it's just a precious setup. It really is. I was very thrilled to be staying right there, at the venue. So we hung out and talked all night and just, had a great time, got to know each other. I got to meet Marianne, and then, of course, Denise from Goose Design. How can I forget Denise? Felt like I've known her forever, and yet we just met. And then Teresa and Kevin were there. I met the Pink Stitchers, so that was really fun. Hi, guys. And we just had a great time, just whooping it up and chatting that night, right? Then we all hit the sack. And then the next morning, there were a lot of other people who joined in because there are people who don't stay at the venue who also come to the event, right? So everybody piled in. And the first thing we got, let me share that, was, and I've already got a project in it, was a bag from Goose Design. This is how they handed out with all of our goodies inside that for the retreat, right? So she's made these out of some Teresa Kogut fabrics with the crows and the party hats. Yes, crows and the party hats. And then I put the stitch that came along right inside because I got that going. And so we've got on the inside those guys, but that was from Goose Design. I put Denise's link in the description box below. She is probably, I have more bags from Denise than anybody else. I like the consistency of the size, especially for some of the smaller projects that I do. So I have a great collection from hers. And then after that, we all kind of gathered around, and then we were, greeted by Teresa and Kevin. They greeted us and then handed out the projects and the stitching and things like that that came from Teresa. She had them all in this box for us, guys. Can you stand it? Isn't it so cute? So this is her original artwork on the box, which of course now I have to save this box forever, or maybe someday actually get some original artwork from Teresa. Who knows? And this has on the side some pumpkins, and this is also a photograph, or not a photo, but the artwork that is the cross stitch pattern that came with this the retreat this weekend. So we're going to show you that too. The other things in the box was another cross stitch pattern for a scissor pull. So this is called the October's Scissor Pull, and so many gals that weekend finished it. They started it and finished it because they also gave us little scraps of linen to get it done. So they were getting those done and put those together. The other item that was in the box was some wool applique. So Teresa did this pattern of Samuel. And this is just an adorable pattern for wool applique. And then the complete kit was put together by Primitive Gatherings, so we could order this and purchase this separately if we wanted to. So of course I grabbed the kit because I want mine to look just like that. And I don't have any wool, so I might as well get the kit. It also has Vildani thread in it, so that's what's used to put the Samuel together. They did show us how to do that, and I want to get going because I am very inspired by the wool applique, as you're going to see here in a minute. So I do have plans to get going on him in the near future because I'd kind of like to try and start him this fall. The other thing, and it's something that I haven't done yet, is we got a punch needle pattern. So we got Bittersweet Bird, and I've shared all these things on my Instagram. So, if you've seen them already, but I thought I'd share again. Bittersweet Bird was something that it was a surprise. She's finished it on one of our boards. This is our Moxie paddle, which is a great round paddle for finishing rounds, and this punch needle is perfect for it. Haven't done any punch needle yet either, but Primitive Gatherings was smart, and they kitted up all the Vildani threads that we'll need for that. So I purchased the kit there. I also had to get a needle, right? So I grabbed the Smart Punch. Teresa set up a trunk show there and had all of her charts and models and things there for us to see, and then also had Smart Punches available for us to purchase. So I got one of these. I did get one for my sister too because I'm going to make her help me and figure it all out. So we're going to work on that together. So that was part of the box. The last part in the box was the cross stitch pattern, and that's what the front of the box looked like, right? And I shared this in my whips already, so you've probably seen this. But in there, just a moment, is October's. This is what it looks like. She finished it on this wood crate box from Hobby Lobby and repainted it. So it was painted with an orange and distressed. It was perfect. That's a great finishing piece over there at Hobby Lobby. I think I'm going to make a board for mine. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet, but I want to make something. And then, of course, there's some rickrack. And these guys just, they were just awesome. So I like to do a new start when I'm at the retreat. So I got going on that, and that's my start. It is on a 40 count linen. It is beautiful beige. Is it beautiful? I think so. Anyway, I put it on the model side, and that's my start. So, and I was just cooking right along on him. I was having such a good time. It was just a great very relaxing stitch and a great stitch to get started while I was there at Primitive Gatherings. I do want to get that finished this fall, so I'm going to kind of keep that out and keep it as a primary stitch here in the next couple weeks. So I'll show you how I progress next week. The other things I picked up, because after we got presented with all that, then we were able to have lunch right there at the gathering. I had all my meals there, everything. So literally, when I pulled in on Wednesday, I didn't leave again until I left on Sunday. I was there the whole time. You know, I didn't need to go. I signed up to stay there, and my meals were included. I also got a tour of the whole place too. That was also included in it. So it's a great value. It really, really is. And I'd put it on your bucket list for sure of a place to get to. Now, wool applique intrigued me. As you can see, in the shop, they have lots of applique kits. The models are located on the tops. You'll see in these pictures on the top of these bins. Okay, they have all these cubbies full of all the kits. And so all the models are there, and they're tagged with where they are in what cubby they're in. It's brilliant. I love this concept. I might need to borrow it. But it was a really great idea, and it was very easy to find. So I saw all these models and went right to the cubbies to grab their kits. And I actually grabbed two because, like I said, I'm going to make my sister do these things with me. And so the first one, this is part of my retreat haul, I guess, was Yuletide ornaments. And this is, again, it's a Primitive Gathering pattern and kit. I also got these light bulb ornaments. I am a sucker for a C9 bulb, so those kind of spoke to me. And I also got this snowman ornament. And then these two, they're very similar. The snowman trio set, they're square. So they're kind of cool. You put them on a mount, you know, on a board or something. And they have these boards. They sell those boards at Primitive Gatherings. They have a carpenter there too in their place. So they make those there. I think I'll probably make one of my own, but you know, they have them too. So there's the snowman trio. And then there was this one, and it is a fall pumpkin stand. So I think we'll get started on that one first this weekend. Save the snowman till January, and then do the ornaments in December. But we'll get started on him first, and the scarecrow from Teresa. So I'm excited about wool applique. The great thing about kits is I don't have any of this stuff right now, right? So this is just kind of my introduction to it. I can get it as a kit. If I love it, great, I'll dive in. If it's just, I didn't love it, then I will finish these and it'll just be something fun to have. However, I'm anticipating that I'm probably gonna love it. So I also invested in a book and got this wool needle and thread, the go-to guide for wool stitchery. And of course it's by Lisa. So like I said, she's an author too. Look at how much info is in this book. It's amazing, and great photography and everything. This is a really good book. So you'll want to check out their website and, you know, definitely jot it down as a bucket list place to get to someday. I know I'm going to be heading back. There's some classes I want to take. Even though it takes me a while to get there, I'm still going to make it a point to get there and to get to a future event, and be keeping an eye out because I'll share with you when I'm going, and maybe you can join me and we can hang out there together. Well, pulling together my whips and finishes this week to share my stitching with you, I realized I have 3 pieces that are finished, but they're not fully finished, and I'd like to get these out to the framer and put them on the wall. I am not going to finish these myself, so I thought I'd share them with you now, and then we'll share them again as soon as they get back. But they're all from Hands Across the Sea. One of them is Ellen Barber. One of them is Elizabeth Wood and Florence Law. I've shared these before, but I thought I'd share them one more time here just as a refresher so that when they do come back, it'll be exciting to share them and see them together. This first one, this is Ellen Barber. I did stitch this with silks, and I stitched it on a 32 count fabric that I bought at our local L&S, but that has since closed. So I'm not sure what that is anymore, but here's the pattern and my finish. This is one of my favorites. I love that home sweet home sentiment in there. And I did go ahead and put Ellen Barber, so I stitched this exactly as the pattern called for. The second one is Elizabeth Wood. This was also done on a 32 count fabric. And these were some of my first experiences using linen. This is a fiber on a whim linen, and I'm not sure on the color, but I know I did use silk on this one as well. And I used silk from Victoria Clayton for this. And so that's Elizabeth Wood. I love it. I wanted a lot of red samplers, so this one is going to be one that'll be one of my first ones to get on the wall. The third one is Florence Law. And this one is stitched on a 16 count Aida, and I know that it is Tabby Cat, and I believe it's Creme Brulee. I had started something else on it, so I thought it was kind of fitting to use for this sampler since it had Waste Not Want Not on there. And I know that I did stitch this also with DMC. So those are my 3 finishes that I'll be heading off to the framer. Now for my whips. I don't know if you remember, but last week I shared that I had one that caught on fire. This was from back in the summer, and I'd started working on Plum Street's This I Know. Oh my goodness, it made me so sad. I was cooking right along, and look at what happened, you guys. So I'm also using Victoria Clayton silk for this. So you can see mine is looking, I think it's a little paler than not as vibrant, or maybe it's a little more vibrant, but I did not do the coffee tea as it recommended for this. I just got the conversion from Victoria Clayton. But I was sitting on the beach, and I was out there using my magnifier, you know, because I'm stitching with, it's 36 count is what this is. And I need the magnifier to see it, but I was down on the beach, and I looked up for just a little bit, and all of a sudden I think I had my hand in front of it, but I felt it burning. And I looked down, and I was like, oh my gosh, as my fabric was smoking. Look at that. I know this has happened to others before. So I need to get this kind of repaired. You can see, I'm not going to give up on it, although I kind of have, obviously, because this was from July. It's been a minute. But see where my church is? So I'm guessing somewhere right in here is probably, I think I only have maybe about an inch, if that, from this corner to my burn spot. So I don't think that it is in the stitching area at all, but I know I need to fix it before I keep going so that I don't rip it any further. Otherwise, I'm starting over. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Let me know in the comments what you think should happen with this. Maybe I just finish just this part off. That could happen. I could finish, you know, just Jesus Loves Me. Maybe I can tuck This I Know right here. Or just the peacock. And just leave it as Jesus Loves Me. And I can finish it myself right here. I might do that. Maybe just a little bit of grass underneath. And then just finish it off myself on a board. And then I'll restart it later to get the entire thing in. You know, I might do that. That might make me happy. But let me know. Again, let me know in the comments. Since it's been a while, see, sometimes you do have to just put them away and come back. But since it's been a while, I feel like that could be a good solution. Now, last week I shared that I'm working on When Pumpkins Glow. So I thought I'd give you an update on that because I have put more stitches into this. Last week, I believe I might have had just him and her finished, or maybe just her and a little bit of him, but I've got him finished now. I got some crows in, and I came across for the grass because I thought I'd go ahead and finish stitching up into here and get up there. So I'd kind of like to have this part done this week for sure, and then keep moving right along so that I have this one finished for fall and onto my board. I did do the finishing tutorial, or the get ready with me video on finishing the board, just the staining portion of it, and that is here on my channel as well. So I'll link that in the description if you'd like to take a minute to look at that. A new start that I had this week while I was at the retreat this last weekend is this particular chart that was gifted to us by Teresa Kogut. It's October's. Isn't it cute? And here's my start. We were also gifted a bag from Denise at Goose Design, and I haven't put my floss on drops yet. I've just got them in a bag, you know, just had to get going on it. But I am hanging on to it inside this bag from Denise. Let me hold that up. Isn't it cute? It's all using the Teresa Kogut fabric. And this is my start. Okay, this one I'm having a blast with. So fun. I got going on him, and you can see he's got some little bit of like hay coming out of his head. So that'll go here. So some back stitching goes here and then down on his hands. And then also for this little scarecrow, he gets the same thing. So I need to get his belt in. And then the pumpkins, this is where the page stopped. So I kind of stopped there. But I need to come down and finish these pumpkins and then get ready for the, I'm so glad that I live in a world where there are Octobers, but I cannot wait to get to this guy. I am so looking forward to doing his pants, and it's just moving right along. So I'm hoping to have this finished maybe this week. You know, I want to put some good time into it and finish that up and have this out for this fall. So that is October's by Teresa Kogut, and it was the exclusive from our Primitive Gatherings retreat. Those are ones that I worked on this week. I have a few others that have been whips that I've been meaning to share because I'm planning to get back to these. And one of them was a new start. I know I haven't shown it to you yet, so I thought I'd bring this in and share. This one was a lot of fun. I am using the called for colors for it. Here is my start. It is also on a 36 count fabric. And what it is this chart right here. It's from an old magazine, and it is a birds of a feather chart. And I love birds of a feather and have collected some of those charts. And actually, Michelle McGraw had stitched it and shared it on her. This pattern is from her. Shared it on her YouTube channel. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so freaking adorable. And then lo and behold, my sweet friend put it in the mail to me and mailed it over. So I do have the chart, and this is the copy of it. And it's so cute. I love it. So I got started on it. This is my start. And I'm hoping to get this finished. And then I'll go ahead and get that pattern back to Michelle so she can pass it on to someone else if they'd like it. But I'm using, like I said, the called for colors. There's a combination of some, weeks and different things in there. Mostly weeks, it looks like. And it's just precious. I can't wait. This will go on one of our ornaments from the ornament box for sure. So I'm going to make sure that that gets finished this year. Another whip that I started when this first came out, Teresa, I'm in her Patreon and I'm on tier 4. So this one went to all 4 tiers, of 2, 3, and 4 in the Patreon. And it is Dear Santa. I started this right when she put it out. And I'm moving along pretty good with it. Again, this is also on a 36 count fabric. So I'm using 1 strand. And I am using, on this one, I did capture the details because what I did was I'm using the floss organizer sticks that we have in our shop, and I'm using the DMC, the called for, and I just put the DMC colors on. But on the back of the stick, I went ahead and put my details down. Now this I could sand off later. I put it in pen. If you're going to do this and you want to reuse these, you might want to just put it in pencil. That way you could erase it or sand it off. But you can see it is from the Patreon 2023. It's the Dear Santa from 2, 3, and 4. And I also downloaded another pattern from that, and that was the Dancer's Friends. So I put here too that I'm using 36 count affogato from Fiber on a Whim, and all the called for colors. So I used 2 of them for that. This is 1 and this is 2, and that's where I'm keeping it. So I want to get back to that. This last week, right when it first came out, I got him done and the holly, and last week I was able to add this bird. So I picked it up for just a little bit and put the bird in. So that's Dear Santa. He is going to be too large for one of our ornaments, but I do have some other boards that I know he'll work well on. The final whip that has been a project that I've had in mind for a while and just hadn't pulled the trigger on getting it started. I've always loved these Lizzie Kates, and I didn't start stitching until after they weren't available, or she wasn't redoing them anymore or something. So they're just over at 1, 2, 3 stitch, but I knew I wanted to do them. So I got, looks like I have 2 out of that one. So I got all of the charts, and this is what the entire Christmas rules will look like. You may have seen this already. And I don't know what came over me, but I decided that I wanted to get it started, and I wanted to do it on 40 count so that it would be little and I could put it on a paddle. And I am using a 40 count fabric from Picture This Plus. And I got a start on it from at the top. And I'm using the called for colors from Weeks Dye Works. And I just have them on their cards is what I'm using. I was hoping that maybe that would be a clue to get it done. Don't get it permanently housed in some place so that it's a forever whip. So I want to put some more stitching into that, and I thought I'd share that with you. But this is my piece. I don't think it goes all the way to the bottom of this, but I went ahead and got it kitted up and ready to go. So we'll see how we come on this one. We got to start anyway. We got to start. So it has begun. Those are the whips I have to share with you this week. I do have a few other plans, but we'll come back to those in just a minute. On the radar and in my plans section here are a couple things from Hands On Design from Kathy Haberman and One Heart and Hand. The Classic Haunt is a new release that Kathy put out this year. It's a really cute round. I've seen a lot of people already finishing it, and I would like to get mine going. I want to do mine on murky fabric. I saw someone else finish it on murky, and I thought it looked fantastic, and I know I've got some in my stash, so I'm going to get that put together. I also have this display piece that is a new release that I think it might look really cute on, so, you know, have piece will stitch, right? So I've got the stitch and the piece, and now I just need to get it done and get them put together. But this is a new item that is in our shop, and that is on our website. I will link the link below, but it's a great round. It's the same round as our regular freestanding round that goes in our basic collection. We've just added this cute little backdrop of the spider web to enhance it just a little bit. It does come on the double base. And as you can see, there's a couple of areas where you just put that together. This is not put together or glued, so I am holding it right now. So you don't lose it and have it tip over. But I just think it's totally cute, and I'd love to see this on there or other rounds on there. So I'd like to get this done up for our shop. Another hands-on design, you're going to say, oh my goodness, but I've got to get them all, right? Is the Polar Plunge. Now this one's been out for a minute. We've been having a good time with this one, and they are all available, and I want to get these ready for my Christmas tree or in the shop here this year. We've got all of these in the shop. There's Penguin Pear, Polar Bear Peak, Puffin Party, Wally the Walrus, and Whale Hello There. And they have all been done in collaboration with a Polar Pack ornament set that we carry here online. And this pack has 6 of them. We have 5 of the charts. The 6th chart is the narwhal, and you'll find that on Hands On Design's website. So you'll want to go over there to purchase that so you have a complete set of 6. That is a fundraiser that the Habermans use for Special Olympics. So that helps support that. In the pack, you'll get all 6 of the ornaments. You do receive a template that will help you with finishing. And then the whole system up here is these holes are put in to make bow tying easy. So that's what you're seeing here, is the ribbon gets tied right through those 2 holes, and it just makes it super easy to attach. I also picked up some of the paper that is at Hobby Lobby, I believe, that is upon the background of the ornament that was just decoupaged right onto the ornament. And then I have some white rickrack as well. So I'd love to get mine and finish it exactly the way Kathy did. I have the fabric is called Polar Plunge, and I'm stitching it on the 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie. So I've got everything ready. I just need to get it started, and I definitely would love it for the shop. I do have a few extra model stitchers that that are being paid for stitching for our shop. One of them is my niece now, and so they might be someone who give me a little help on that one too, so we can for sure get these things done, right? And then the last thing that's on my radar, because it's also kind of a finish as well, is the stitch along that's going on or getting ready to start with Stitchy friends Sarah and Jen, is the Wee Santa 2023. And the Wee Santa 2023, you'll see here, is what they're using as their stitch along beginning, I believe, October 13th, and they're going to use this bender board as the board for mounting it on. I have some previous finishes from the Wee Santa collection. These are all by Cecilia of Heart and Hand, and these were done for Model Stitchers last year that I need to get onto some boards. So in my plans as well is to get these guys fully finished onto some additional boards. And the first one I'm going to start with is this one, because he will fit on the same bender board that the Wee Santa 2023 is going to go on. Now this board has 2 pieces in the bottom. I do have these glued together, so you glue that together to secure your mount. That creates a place for the board to go, and the board just slips right in there, and it is then freestanding. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish him yet, but he is in the plans, but he does fit perfectly right there. These were stitched on a 14 count Ada. Isn't he cute? I think he's one of my favorites. I love this weird looking snowman dude over here and the presents. I think they're so precious. Let me show you the other 3 again too. The pinks in this one just grab me. I love the pinks in the new one too. And this guy, my daughter came by and she's like, what is going on with this guy? Is he tipped over? Is he doing like, is he spinning around on his hand, doing a little jig? And then this guy, little chunky Santa with the blue coat. They're all so precious. So I'll get some boards going. So these are also in my plans. And then to join Stitchy Friends, either me or Lynn, one of us is going to join in and stitch along with them. So those are my plans for the next couple of weeks, and we'll see where we get.
Okay, let's just take a few minutes here to talk about the Mystery Make-Along 2023 Ornament Edition box that just finished, the pre-order just finished up. All right, the pre-order went from September 1st to September 30th, and then it was shut off at midnight. The boxes are now processing and getting ready to get out the door. You completely blew us away. You exceeded our expectations of what it was we were shipping out. So with that, the shipping date was set for October 15th for the boxes to go out and start traveling out on the road, right? But I got to start earlier, guys. I need to get these going, or we're not going to get them all out of here. We got to get these boxes out of here. So we're going to start shipping them early. They're going to start shipping this week, and they will ship in the order in which we received the orders, right? So the people who ordered the first part of September, your boxes are going out first, and then all the other boxes will follow. Hang on to sharing for just a minute until everybody gets their boxes. It'll take maybe a week and a half for all the boxes. That's why I'm going to start early so that we don't get behind with them. I want to get them out there early. Once the boxes have reached all of you, then the make along fun begins. And what we're going to do is there is the hashtag. So follow the hashtag, use the hashtag on all your social media. But I'm not sure the hashtag is even the best way for us to all do this. So what I would love for you to do is if you are on social media and you're planning to finish ornaments and share them, I want to be able to see them. I do. So I want you to put this, and everybody wants to see them. So if you would, and you would like us to follow you, please put your, whatever it is, your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube channel, if you're a Flosstuber, put that in the comments below. So give us your name and your details, and please follow me. I'm going to be sharing ornaments. All right, that's what we want to hear from you. So in the comments, I want you to do, hey, please follow me here and tell us where to follow you. And I'm going to be sharing the ornaments. That way I can go follow you, and everybody else in this thread can follow along too. Now, I'll give you a hint. There's 8,000 ornaments that are heading the streets. 8,000. They should be finished. I want to see some. I'm excited. I'm super excited to see them. And I don't have that many to finish to show you guys. So please, please share them so that we can all get in on the fun. I will start sharing other people that I know who are doing, make-alongs and fun things with the ornaments. And we'll just start compiling a big, huge inspiration folder, basically, of all of these ornaments and what we can do with them. Only 5 of the ornaments will move into the shop. The other 5 will just be exclusive to the box. I'm going to count on you to let me know which 5 need to get put into the shop, to be purchased so that people can get extras of them, because I know that you make them for gifts and you want to put more on your tree, all of the things. So we do add 5 into our shop to go along with the others that we have there. So anyway, be looking for your boxes. They'll be heading out the door soon, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with this year. Thanks for joining in on the fun.